All right, so there are going to be two basic calculations you need to be able to do. You need to be able to go from grams to moles and from moles to grams. Now, when going from moles to grams, when going from grams to moles, what you're going to do is you're going to divide by the molar mass. And the molar mass, you can get that directly from the periodic table. Then you're going to go from moles to grams. And to go from moles to grams, you're going to multiply by the molar mass. All right, so now we're going to take a look at an example. And this is just an example that I've made up. Okay, so let's say you start off with 4 grams of carbon. And in this problem, again, we're talking about going from grams to moles. But we're going to start off with 4 grams of carbon, and we're going to go from grams of carbon to moles of carbon. So now you're going to take a look at the periodic table, and you'll see that carbon has a mass that for every 1 mole of carbon, there are 12.01 grams of carbon. So 1 mole of carbon equals 12.01 grams. There are 2 other ways that we can write this same conversion factor. We can write this as 1 mole of carbon over 12.01 grams of carbon. We can also write this as 12.01 grams of carbon over 1 mole of carbon. Each 3 of those conversion factors, they say the same thing. So our problem going from grams to moles, we got to look at which one of the bottom 2 conversion factors will allow us to have our final unit as moles of carbon. It is the second conversion factor where moles of carbon is in the numerator. Your ending unit, the unit you want to find, that unit should be a part of your numerator. So we're going to start with 1 mole of carbon over 12.01 grams of carbon. So I'm going to start off by writing 4 grams of carbon. I'm going to use my T-chart to organize the information. I'm going to pull that conversion factor over into my T-chart. I'm going to write 1 mole of carbon in the numerator, and in the denominator, 12.01 grams of carbon. Looking at this, we need the like units to cancel. Your like units are always diagonal. So now to solve the problem, you're going to multiply the numbers in the numerator, and you will divide by the number in the denominator. So 4 times 1 is 4, divided by 12, and that gives you 0.33 moles of carbon. Pause here if you need to go back and look at this video again, or this portion of the video again. So now, let's say we start off with 0.86 moles of water. So now we have to go from moles of water to grams of water. But the first thing you need to do, instead of an element, we've got a compound. So take a look at your periodic table, and you'll see that 1 hydrogen has a mass of 1.01 grams, but we have 2 hydrogens. So 2 times 1.01 equals 2.02. Then when you look at the periodic table and the formula, 1 oxygen has a mass of 16. So we're going to add the 2.02 to the 16 to get a molar mass for water as 18.02 grams of water. So let's go ahead and set up the conversion factors. 1 mole of water equals 18 grams of water, 18.02 grams of water. Then our 2 other conversion factors can be written as 1 mole of water over 18.02 grams of water. Your next conversion factor is 18.02 grams of water over 1 mole of water. And again, in this problem, we're going from moles of water to grams of water. So now we need to take a look at the conversion factors on the right. Which one of those two conversion factors will allow us to solve the problem so that our final unit is grams of water? And so you look at the conversion factor that has grams of water in the numerator. So now you're going to start with 0.86 moles of water. And again, we're going to plug that conversion factor into our T-chart. So it becomes 0.86 moles of water. And then you have 18.02 grams of water in the numerator, 1 mole of water in the denominator. We need our like units to cancel. So now we're going to multiply the numbers in the numerator and divide by the numbers in the denominator. So as we do that, it becomes 0.86 times 18.02 grams. Then you're going to divide that by 1 mole of water. And that equals 15.5 grams of water.